The second part, the classification of polymers based on their structures. Based upon their structures. Okay, so in this section there are three types. They are linear, branched, and the third type is cross-linked. So let's learn about them one after the other. So the first type of polymers under the section are the linear polymers. As the name itself says, these polymers are linear in shape. So if I just draw them, they look like this. The first chain, the first linear chain, then one more linear chain, one more linear chain, one more linear chain, and all these chains are stacked one on the other, and they are bonded with some kind of hydrogen bonds. So this stack, it forms a linear polymer. So I'll just say that the monomers, they are joined in a long straight chains. The chains are stacked one over the other. Okay, now as we see that these chains are linked to each other, very near to each other. So all these chains are very near and they have a very strong bonds. So we see that in the case of linear polymers, they are very tightly packed and you have very less space in them. So hence they have very high melting points, they have very high density, and they have also very high tensile strength. Okay, now what are the examples of this type? So you will be surprised to know that the best examples of the linear polymers are your most of the plastics, like all this, your PVC. So now comes the type 2 under this. So the first one was them, the second one are branched linear okay. So in the first one we saw that very long chains, one, then second, then third, then fourth, and then fifth. In the case of branch, what happens is that there is a single long main chain, and from this main chain you have some outward parts. So these outward parts are known as branches, and it's the main chain. So if I just explain this, the monomers combine to have a main linear chain, plus they also form some kind of small branches of lengths outwards. So as these have different outwards, these So they have branches over the main line chain. Okay. Now these branches actually cause what? They cause one thing, that they are less effectively packed. Whereas over here, we actually saw what? We saw that they were very nicely packed. But these things, these outwards, actually makes them not very much packed nicely. So it makes them have very low melting points. They are low. They have low strength, and also low density. Okay. Example. What are the example? R glycogen, GLY, COGEN, amylopectin, and the other kinds of low density plastics, polythenes.
Thank you for watching. Visit us at needbook.in.